Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to build your first web app using ASP.NET. ASP.NET is part of the .NET framework. So open Visual Studio. I have just launched my Visual Studio. When you launch Visual Studio for the first time, it gives you a view like this, and on the left here you've got different options. If you've already created some projects, it gives you an option to open up the project. It also gives you a list of the recent projects you have created or worked on. So this was my recent project, and then it's got an option here for new projects. So I'm going to click on this option here for new project, and it should bring up a window light. On the left here, we've got all the templates for Visual Studio. Because I am creating a web application, I'm going to click on web, and then on here I'm going to go for ASP.NET web application. So highlight that. Here I'll just give it a name. I'll just call it my first web app. So I'll go my first web app. Notice the location where it saves it. So by default it saves in that location, and the solution name takes the name of the web app name. Okay, so you always find that the name of the web app will be the same as the solution name. So once that's done, just click OK, and you should keep giving an option here. ASP.NET 4.5.2 has different templates. So if you're going to include a web form, you can use this template. MVC stands for multi-view controller. So if you're going to be building an API, if you're going to build in a single page application, so it gives you more template options to select from. We are going to go for the empty template for this lecture, so that further down the course, if we want to expand on this, we can. So I'm going to click on the empty one. I'm also going to check this one here where it says add folders and core references. So I'm going to check that because later on in the course we may decide to add web form also to our project. All right. And once that's done, just going to click OK. One more thing you need to do, make sure this check box host in the cloud is unselected. We don't want to host it in the cloud. We want to host it locally on our machine. So make sure that tick box is on selected. Once that's done, click OK, and it should start building the project. All right, so Visual Studio has built the project. So on the right here, we've got the Solution Explorer. All right. A project, basically, you can look at a project as a collection of the file settings, the references and assets that your project needs. This can include images or sounds that you use to create your web app. Once the project is loaded, it gives you the screen you can see. And here on the right here, we've got the Solution Explorer. So we've got solution, it's got the name of the app, the web app, and then it's got one project. Notice you've got the solution here, it's got project one. It is possible to have several projects in one solution. However, the first solution or the first project within the solution is usually at the top, so it can be viewed as a hierarchy tree of file structures and references which relates to the project. If you can't see the Solution Explorer, you can always bring it up by going into View and then clicking on Solution Explorer, or you can use the shortcut, which is Control Alt and L, and that will make this Solution Explorer visible. We have created the project structure for our first web app. I am going to stop this lecture here because I don't want it to be too long. In the second lecture, the part 2 of this, we will add a web form and try and flesh out the web app a bit more. So thanks so much for your time. So if you've got this far, well done. We'll continue in part 2. Take care and bye for now.